I never drop anime, but this was the first time I did. It just felt boring. I usually find most anime interesting and finish everything I start, but this one took me 3 tries to just get through season 1. This had never happened to me before. It was missing. If you're new here, I am HR Godspeed. I create anime videos on YouTube, from breakdowns, reviews, and finding concepts within anime that we can relate to our own lives. Let's get this video started. Fire Force was an anime I had heard about countless times from friends and social media. People praised it for its insane action sequences and top tier sound design. And they were right. Whenever there was a fight, the animation and the sound design were some of the best I had seen and heard ever. But outside of that, it just wasn't clicking for me. I first tried watching Fire Force 2 to 3 years ago, and I got about 5 or 6 episodes in. It was fun, but it lacked it. What do I mean by it? Attack on Titan has it, with its insane world building and ethical dilemmas. Kuroko no Basketball has it, with its heartfelt underdog story of proving oneself and the power of teamwork. Naruto has it, through its emotional moments, obstacles that seem impossible to overcome, yet Naruto pushes through. I tried to get in the fall of 2024. Same result, I stopped watching. Then, a couple weeks later, they announced that season 3 was going to be coming out in 2025. And I thought to myself, if a new season is coming, then this show must be worth it. Let me just push through season 1. And after the 3rd try, a couple weeks later during the fall, I made it through. You see, Fire Force's it was missing for me in the first half of season 1. The only thing that kept me going was the mystery behind human combustion, which really starts unraveling itself around episode 8. There were really cool moments, sure, but there was nothing that really hooked me into the show, unless you count all the fan service that this show has. If that's it for some people, I get it. Shinra, a solid MC with a tragic backstory, searching for the killer of his family. The members of Company 8 are incredibly likable, especially Obi, their badass captain. But it wasn't until the end of season 1 that I had my whoa moment. The it moment came out here. The standout moments. Let's talk about some of the moments and characters I actually did like before that turning point. Joker's introduction. Joker was one of the first characters that generally caught my attention. While Shinra was taking the fire exam, Joker infiltrates just to stir the pot. Shinra lost his mom and little brother to human combustion, a terrifying event where people spontaneously burst into flames, becoming mindless infernals. Everyone believed his brother was dead, but then Joker drops the bomb. His little brother is still alive. That brief fight was pretty cool. Joker's explosion powder ability is something we don't see anywhere else in season 1, and there's a shot during this scene where the art and intensity was just perfection. Rekka's brutality. The revelation that one of their own, Rekka, was purposely spreading the human combustion bug. That was a crazy moment. Seeing Rekka beat up Tamaki and experiment on children just to test the infernal transformation process was genuinely unsettling. This was when I realized that the villains in Fire Force do not care who they hurt, and that added weight to the story. Vulcan's introduction. Vulcan, the tech genius, just another highlight. He starts off as stubborn and isolated guy who wants something to do with Company 8. But when Giovanni, the corrupt captain of another Fire Force company, one who has been rumored to have killed his father and grandfather, attacks his home, hurting the people closest to him, Vulcan joins Company 8. This moment also marks Shinra and Arthur's first real mission alone. They hold their own and even manage to escape Sho, Shinra's younger brother, who is revealed to be an absolute powerhouse. This was the first moment I genuinely got hooked into the show. And the cherry on top, Joker coming out of nowhere to help Shinra escape. That was a very great moment because even Sho himself is impressed with the Joker's ability, but Joker was there just to distract him for a couple seconds so they could escape. I have to mention Ben. That scene where he literally breaks the sound barrier, that insane sound design that this anime has, had me going feral. This dude is completely on a different level. He acts detached, but you can tell he truly cares about his people, especially during that arc where they were trying to make him and his whole city go crazy, but that did not happen. He actually stood up for his people and came through for them. Instantly one of my favorite characters. The turning point for me was the Nether arc. The Nether arc was where Fire Force finally clicked for me. We got amazing character moments, deeper bonds with Company 8, and some seriously hyped fights. Maki proves she's an absolute beast, holding her own against the Evangelist forces. I believe she was the one by herself, and it was like 10 guys going against her, so that was pretty impressive. And then a funny moment was Tamaki and the sister team up to take down a tough opponent in a more comedic way, but it still shows they can fight when needed. Vulcan and Obi versus Giovanni versus Giovanni was sick because neither of them have powers. Obi's sheer guts and Vulcan's tech upgrades made for an impressive fight. Obi charging Giovanni without hesitation, That's why he's captain. But my absolute favorite moment, the fight between brothers. The Shinra versus Sho fight, aka the moment I became a fan. Shinra versus Sho is where everything changed for me. Victor Lick, the scientist recruited by Company 8, who's kind of sketchy, I believe he's working for Joker, watches in absolute shock that these two defy physics itself. His reactions were basically mine the entire fight. I'm glad that Victor was in this scene because he was explaining everything to us as simple as possible and how these two were breaking physics. The first time we see Sho in action, he completely dominates. His ability, Severed Universe, lets him slow time around himself, making it impossible for anyone to land a hit. At first, Shinra is helpless. To the Evangelist and Victor watching, they can't even see what's happening because of the speed they're fighting in. It's inhumane. Sho explains his ability and Victor breaks it down for us. Sho isn't moving fast. He's stopping the universe around him by removing heat energy. Without heat, molecular motion slows, which means time slows for everyone but Sho himself. From an outsider's perspective, it looks like Sho's moving at an impossible speed, but in reality, he's pausing everything else. That was already crazy, but then Shinra takes it to another level because he wants to save his brother from the Evangelist group. He wants to bring him back home. Shinra's Adola burst, breaking reality. Victor watches in horror as Shinra starts disappearing. Not from moving fast from when he sees them going crazy fighting. He literally ceases to exist. Shinra's Adola burst allows him to break himself down at a subatomic level and reassemble at near light speed. He's moving so fast that time dilates for him. Essentially, he's breaking the laws of physics just to reach his brother. The risk, if he pushes too far, he could create a black hole, wiping the entire planet. Also, another risk, if he does this too much, he might not come back this time. As in, when he disappears completely, and then he comes back into reality, he could just not come back anymore. And Victor does warn him during this when he fights, but he doesn't care. And then for the first time, Sho sees Shinra's memories. He realizes his brother truly loves him, and it's a heartbreaking moment. And then it's ripped away. As Sho is seeing all of Shinra's memories, he is startled and in disbelief that his brother really did care for him and he just got stripped away from his family. And in the midst of all of this going on, he stabs Shinra by accident. And then everything goes to crap because an evangelist comes in, brainwashes Sho to leave, and forces Shinra to watch his brother leave. In the midst of all this chaos, a earthquake is happening in the area and Company 8 is able to come in and save Shinra. The it factor. This was the moment I finally saw Fire Force's it, the missing piece that made everything click. The story is bigger than just cool fire powers. There's a hidden history, a deeper conspiracy, and Shinra and Sho are at the center of it, bending the very fabric of reality itself. Someone in the shadows has been manipulating everything since the beginning, since Shinra's mother got turned into an inferno and took Sho away. And our heroes are only trying to catch up now. And that's when I realized I needed to see where the story was going. At first, I didn't get why Fire Force had such a loyal fan base. But after the Nether arc, I understood. The world, the lore, the characters, everything finally clicked. And now I can't wait to start off with season 2 and season 3. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, thank you so much for watching all the way through. You're a real one. I really appreciate it. Thank you to anyone who's been watching any of my videos for the past year. We're almost close to 1,000 subscribers. So if you can just hit that subscribe button, it's for free. And I'd really appreciate it. It's been a lifelong goal of mine to hit 1,000 subs, and the fact that we're so close, we're nearly there, we're literally like 3% away from hitting that goal. I really appreciate if you would hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed the video, and make sure to check out all my other videos. I have all types of anime on this channel, and with more to come soon. We're gonna be talking about Mashal and Blue Box in the coming videos, so stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching, and peace, everybody. Oh yeah, y'all like my partners in crime over here. We got Cat and Doll. We got Pochita and this cat that we got from Daiso. The long cat. My girlfriend gave it to me. All right. Peace.